Tickly throat. Hey guys, Vick here, back with another review. Today we are looking at this, the 101D add-on for the 101 mod from EHPro. So the 101 mod I've already reviewed. It was a 50 watt regulated tube mod. Pretty cool. They now have made this. This is a dripper specifically designed for the 101 mod, the 101D. What is it? It's a single coil RDA made in the same finish, the same width as the 101. It's got a quite unique airflow system and clamping coil system that we will cover when we go down low. I'm going to put a little build in there. I'm going to show you how to wick it because it's a little bit intricate in there, and I just wanted to explain that, explain how to do it. We'll come back up top and we'll review it, pros and cons of it. This is it. Let's do it. Let's go down. Alright guys, here we are down low with the dripper of kit 101D. So this is the 101D dripper that you can use on your 101 EHPro 50 watt regulated tube mod. This is the box that comes in. If we give it a shake, it comes open. We've got the manual here. The manual's actually quite good. It does go into explaining coil positions and how wicking positions and all that stuff. Some quite good illustrations on there. It's actually not bad at all. In the spares you get screwdriver, Allen key, coil. This is a single coil dripper, and organic cotton and all that stuff. And then we've got our dripper under here. So move all this out of the way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get it straight open and then show you more about it once I've got it all put together. You'll see why as we go along. So opening her up, most significant part of this dripper, obviously the deck, single coil. Now you'll see from just looking here, the coil seems to be a strange angle. Now the reason for that is the airflow. So the airflow comes in this hole here, goes down through the middle section, and it actually comes out through these little tags here, these little holes here. So when you actually put the dripper on, the airflow is actually there like that. So you want the coil that the main worry is that the wick, covering you up, the worry is that the wick covers the air holes, which obviously you don't want. So that is the reason for the positioning of that coil. Like I say, when I get it all together, you'll see it good. But it does make this an awkward dripper to show you guys. Right. Okay, so what we need to do first is we need to attach it. I'll show you underneath. EHPro 510 pin, and then I've got a normal single coil in here tightened in with the screws. Now if you look closely at the screws, you'll see a little latch. Let's try and point to it using a thing. So if you look right here, you'll see there's this little latch, and what they want you to do is thread your wire through there. Get even closer there, that there. So you're threading your wire through there in two straight lines like that to create that angle. That's the exact angle that they want you to have. So let's attach it onto the mod that's intended to go on, which hopefully will give us a nice height to work with. Yep. Okay, so what we're going to do is wick it up. Nice little twist action going on. cut it down a bit. And then simply lay our cotton down here, because we need it to not interfere with the airflow, which it doesn't seem to be in that position. We're going to juice it up a bit as well. Nice juice well on this, so we can just lather it up. We'll let that soak in while we continue to play. So this is the drip tip. This is the drip tip that we've got here. Delrin Affair, 2 O-rings, very unique size. I don't think anything else will fit in here. Quite wide bore, not huge but quite wide, and that just goes in there like that. Now if you look underneath the tank there, right, where's my prodder? Right here, you'll see there's this little latch thing here. Now that has to line up with these little grooves on the RDA. Those little grooves on the RDA there, and they need to lock into place. And the reason for that is that it's how you adjust the airflow. So let's give it a wriggle until I find that point. Okay, so that's clicked in now, and so the fact that the top cap is now caught by those tags on the thing allows you to adjust this airflow. Double-sided, you can close it off and open it up. They're doing it all as one barrel, so there's no turny bit here that's separate. They kept it all as one sort of sleek thing. So if we pull off this drip tip, you can see what we've got going on underneath. Now I suppose in hindsight my coil could have been slightly more, you know, another 30 degrees counterclockwise, and then it would have lined up slightly better, but you can see what's going on. And it is firing up nicely, but the air is going out of those tags in line with the coil. In here, out of those tags pointing at the coil, and then we've got wick on either side. That's what's going on in there. I hope that makes sense. That is the 101 dripper add-on for the 101 mod from EHPro. Let's go back up top. Alright guys, that was the 101D down low. So I guess from the build that I've done, you can see that it's potentially better if you put a little bend in those leads, turn the coil round a bit more so it's perfectly bang straight against the airflow. You can get that nice and straight against the airflow, make it a tiny bit easier, but I'm only a fraction out, so it's not really affecting the vape. There's no wick getting in the way of the airflow or anything like that, and it's vaping away like this. Very nice indeed. Got the airflow closed off just a little bit. It's quite open for a single coil RDA. It's quite open with both these slots open. So there we go. Let's have a look at this. Put a bit more juice in. One nice thing about this dripper is nice big juice well. So you can just drip down the tip. And the airflow's been at the top, and they've been very much out of the way of the wick. Means that you can just pour a bit of juice down there, and you're good to continue. And it all wicks up nicely because it just fans out nice and easy. No real problem there. It does have its problems though. It does have its problems. This dripper. This idea of having the airflow controlled by the main barrel rather than having to have turny bits at the bottom, turny bits at the top, separate bits, all as one cap, it seems like a huge sacrifice to me, to have this ability. The fact that you have to perfectly match on the cap to lock it down. When you're building your coil, you can't see where the airflow is going to be until you put it back on. It seems like a huge sacrifice, all that messing around and faffing around, just to have an airflow control that's sort of neatly, packed into the thing. It seems like too much effort. In my opinion, it's a bit arse about tit, airflow adjustment is just a thing, and no one's looking at airflow adjustment and going, oh, it's such a faff that there's this extra top cap. It's just a thing. So I don't really get that. I don't really get why they've gone to so much trouble to have that feature. So I don't really understand the feature. On a similar line, I don't really get the drip tip. It's this, crazy sort of black drip tip affair, weird sort of shape, but it's a completely unique size. It's actually quite big, and it actually bores down quite narrow. It's almost a normal sort of 510 hole by the time you actually look straight down it. But it starts off as this huge dome. I don't know why they were so keen for people not to be able to use their own drip tips. It seems very strange to me. Very strange indeed. One nice thing about the drip tip, though, I will say, is that the tension on it is perfect. So although you can't keep removing the top cap and clicking it back on, because that is a real faff, the drip tip comes off really nicely if you are a top cap remover as a dripper. But I certainly wouldn't think anyone would be going to the trouble of pulling this cap off and then finding the grooves. Ugh. See, look at this. Look at the trouble I'm having now finding the grooves. So they're there and there. Turn it round. There we go. Such a faff every time. Every time you want to take your top cap off, such a faff. Flavour's very nice though. The flavour is very, very nice indeed. I think that's just the nature of this. You've got a nice single coil right in the middle. You've got two airflows coming in at it, coming straight up. It's a nice 22. It's quite short. It's quite narrow. Get a nice single coil going in there, and you will be a happy bunny in terms of flavour. The airflow's very smooth. I know it's going in there, going down and going out and then back up, but it feels very smooth. It feels very natural. It doesn't feel like it's restricted or frictiony. The airflow is working absolutely fine. So pros and cons, I think it does look good. I think it's nice that there's a matching dripper for this mod. I think single coil was a very good idea indeed, because this is a low power mod. This is not for cloud chasing, this mod. You won't last very long on the battery life of a single cell on a regulated tube mod. 50 watts is the maximum you can do, so this is not for cloud chasing. So I think single coil is very clever. I think the airflow is very neat. Don't have any real problems with the deck. I'm surprised they didn't just do post holes again. That seems like over engineering, or I don't know. It's the screw thing, the trapping it against the thing and the screw thing just feels a little bit backward now. Don't really get that in this day and age. But it's not a problem at all. So not a problem to build on. Flavour's quite good. Airflow's nice and swooshy. This issue with the airflow thing and the drip tip being this is the only drip tip you can use on it. But overall, not too bad at all. A mixed one. Another mixed review from Vaping Vick. But that's all I can give you on this occasion. See you again soon.